Welcome back, viewer, for our continued discussions with Helen.
Let's talk about sleep. How we can help our sleep in natural ways. Sleep is the foundation for us to have energy to recover. So Tracy, as you brought this earlier, waking up and feeling tired. Why? So we want to protect our sleep. How can we do that? Again, it's all a stack of little habits of having a routine that can cause to a deep sound sleep. We may be in bed for 8 hours, doesn't mean our sleep was quality. So quantity is one thing, of course, but quality. And the best way to know is when I wake up, do I feel rested? Yes or no? So here's a lot of little things. Of course, in the daylight, in the day, focusing on having healthy stimulation so that when it's nighttime, the sleep will be, your body will be, yes, this is where I'm at. So knowing our chronotype, and having those going outdoor, just again, for those different reasons, but being out there a little bit to have that natural exposition to the light, exercising, eating well, having social connection, and fulfilling the pursuit of meaningful projects. That's all part of I'm having actually healthy stimulation throughout my day, so that at night my body's like, now it's sleep time. It's a broad, big statement, but if, for example, my day was in front of the computer most of the day, under artificial light, I didn't move much, there's big chances this non-healthy stimulatory activities of my day will impact my sleep. And plus, if I had just done some task chore that are boring, non-meaningful, not purposeful, not joyful, definitely will impact my day. If, let's say, we have joyful excitement, fun, even like, oh my God, I've worked out a lot, but this will have, it's going to be a good fatigue at night. So healthy stimulation through the day and then at night. So there's again a bunch of lists of things you can one by one implement. And you may have read this, heard this, but let's go through this again. So our caffeine intake impacts our sleep. Try to keep any caffeine intake stop by noon. This is a broad, again, rule. So it depends still from an individual to another, but limit caffeine, stop it at noon or 1 or 2 max. That can definitely impair our sleep. Alcohol impair the sleep, as much as it can help fall asleep. Yes, you will fall asleep faster, but then your sleep will be disturbed, so you won't have quality sleep. So am I having that glass of wine at night? Oh, how often? Yeah, maybe. Okay, let me reframe that. Spicy food as well, again, for the dinner meal can impact sleep. Now, having a routine. Does that mean anything for you to have a routine, sleep routine? Yeah. I want to hear, what you already know, what you already do, for that matter.
Well, I have no caffeine after noon on. Even my eat, I try not to like eat super, super late and then go to bed because I'm not someone who eats spicy food. I have enough spice in me that I don't need to add to it. And it gives me what us Italians call agita, or indigestion on that. But sometimes it's just something as simple as a fresh, clean pair of PJs, washing my face, just doing a face routine, brushing my teeth, and just sometimes walking through the house and putting things away and make sure my phone's not in the bedroom, you know, and just trying to disconnect that way.
Mm-hmm. Great. Those are good examples. So what can, again, impair our sleep is too much light and
Mm-hmm.
using screen light at night. I'm sure you've read this, you've heard this. Now, do we actually do it? That's one thing to know it. That's another thing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So having, something, I'm going to give you an example I've done, is to have a little alarm on my phone, the cricket alarms that reminds me to sleeping. Let's say at 7, so that, oh, this is it. Whatever I'm doing, this is time to shut down everything. So I'm shutting down the computer, the phone, and even dimming the light. So, we were talking about light earlier. Morning light, yes. And then at night, low. So again, if I still have that bright artificial light shining on me, I'm not helping myself to get into that mood for my body to go to sleep. Dim the light. And this is not like, okay, bedtime, let's say at 10, I'm going to go do all this at 8:45. You want like that 2-hour window, slowly, turning everything down. And yes, focus more on relaxing activities. Can be reading, can be having a conversation with loved ones, doing those brainless light chores around the house. Just the aspect of organizing things, cleaning things help to also, okay, everything is done, I can close the door for sleep. Nothing's kind of closing the tabs on our computer while closing the tabs in our head as well
Mm-hmm.
helps, and can be like that. I'm a big paper person, so I'll have still things running in the background in my brain. Oh, this I've done, I gotta complete this, I gotta send this email. I'm just dumping them on a piece of paper, not on my phone. And in the morning, yeah, that's my dump from yesterday, but I know it's there, so I can relax and go to bed. Well, just so your bedroom itself, that environment, we want it welcoming for sleep. Dark, cool, silent. So darkness, of course, the lights, but make sure the curtains is like dark curtains, because the light in the morning will makes us wake up. So I don't want light for my night. Cool, our body, our core temperature will decrease for sleep, and we want to promote that. So you can be someone that are cold all the time. That's okay. Put some socks on and an extra blanket, but the room temperature, something in between 60 to 67 Fahrenheit, depending. So avoid 70 70 plus. Yeah, but I'm cold. Well, put an extra blanket, something. And what can help kind of signal your body to drop the core temperature is having a warm shower. And not like, oh, if I need to cool my core, it should be cold. The other way around, because your system you have that warm water on you. And so then your cooling system, internal cooling system in your core will start. Let me cool off. This is warm. And so it can actually just help a shower or a bath, but something warm, 1 or 2 hours even almost before actual bedtime. What else? Well, again, nothing nothing that it's not sleep related in your room. So no phone, no TV. If you want to, watch something, fine, do it in the living room. I know today we have televisions everywhere, in the hotel rooms. I know, like every time for me, it's like, why? Because I don't want a TV in my room. Um, Now, just to separate, you can watch a show or you can do some work on your computer, but you don't want to bring work in your bed. Some people just having done finishing something, put the laptop down and go to bed. Definitely not helping their sleep. So keep the laptop away in the office, the TV in the living room, the phone outside. If you need an alarm, there's plenty of nice little analog alarms.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. One that piece made a huge difference in a client. She's like at the top of her career, hardcore, going for it. She's working at night. She's picking it up in the morning. I'm like, nope, leave this out of your bed and even in her phone. And it was hard for her because right away she would pick up the phone, look at the news, already answering email in the morning and at night. And I said, well, find those alarm that, mine is like that has that bird chirping sound
Mm-hmm.
with that ascending light.
Mm-hmm.
So it's soft awakening compared to that buzzer. And she's like, oh my God, that makes a huge difference. Just that, changing that, the disconnecting from work, from anything else. Even she loves to read the news. She's a brain. She can't put it on off. But that simple change of having those electronics out and that alarm in the morning, her sleep. She has an Oura ring that record her sleep pattern. She just changed that, nothing else, and we saw a better recovery. So that's how much those little elements can impact. Now, all combined, it's a winning lottery ticket. Extra things you can help, because again, if I have hot flashes, I have still hormonal fluctuation that can impair my sleep. Tart cherry juice.
I've heard that.
Yeah, tart cherry juice. Not a so just tart cherry juice has melatonin in it.
Yep.
I think it's the only one. So, and I use it and I see a difference. Having just like, little glass an hour or so before bed. And so it's a little boost of melatonin to, hey, the sleep hormones, time for bed. As well, magnesium,
Mm-hmm.
um, because of it's a muscle relaxant, helps muscle relax. It will help the quality of your sleep. So magnesium glycinate, 200 to 400 milligrams. Again, before bed, about an hour-ish before. That can actually help. I myself see a difference. Now, it's very individualized what you're going to see. People, oh no, I've tried it, this is amazing. I've tried that, this is amazing. It depends. So I'm not going to say this is the thing that will make a difference for you, but those are options. And I think that's it. That's a lot. That's a lot, but
That's
yeah.
it's good. It's just those
Yeah.
little things that
And it is a lot
sometimes,
of options.
Yeah, a lot of
yeah.
option. And
But I
so,
think sometimes we think we have to do this whole big
Mhm.
hurrah. And what myself I've learned, and I know the ladies have learned, sometimes you can make the smallest tweak can have the biggest impact.
yeah,
Like your client did, right? With one
yeah,
thing on.
Right. One thing. I'm gonna look at that alarm clock. because my alarm clock goes beep, 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 and I jump out
Yeah,
of bed.
right. Ideally, of
Yeah.
course, we want to wake up naturally.
Yeah.
And for example, again, the daylight is changing here in North America. So we actually need to adapt. I
Hmm.
usually wake up naturally at 6 in the morning in summertime. And then I cut myself, the past 2 weeks kind of been challenged. Oh, my alarm is ringing like this is
Pull
hard.
those covers up over you.
And the daylight right now comes up at 7-ish. And
Hmm.
when I don't put an alarm, it's like that. I wake up at 7. So, I made this decision. All right, seasonal change,
Yep.
adapt. So I'm adjusting my whole day, schedule that if I can wake up at 7, this is what my schedule will be. This is the best to complete our full sleep cycle is what will big part with what will make us feel, oh, I feel rested. Even sometimes we have less sleep, but we wake up naturally at the end of a cycle and we're actually good.
Hmm.
So again, those are all different tools we can play with, we can explore for ourselves individually. Sometimes it's, yeah, let's make sure, yeah, I kept having this, glass of wine at night. Yeah, maybe, okay, let me try to just lower that, not as often or earlier. uh, so it depends. But all of this, if all of this is set up and it's not working, then maybe go see a sleep specialist, like literally. But a lot of the secret is right there, is accessible. And maybe to segue to that, what would be a simple daily habit that we can make that could have a long-term impact? It can be one of those that we've mentioned today. Again, it was a lot. We've covered some nutrition, some exercise, knowing my chronotype, maybe adjusting my schedule to my chronotype, having that glass of water. So my suggestion, if like I don't know which one to pick, here's one. Start your day with a warm room temperature glass of water. A lot will just go straight to the coffee machine. It's just an ingrained habit. Like, no, 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 no. Water first. That's one. A long-term habit, you're helping your body again for that long-term benefit of being hydrated, starting your day with that. Another, well, anything you could have like, oh, this spoke to me a lot. This is gonna be the habit I'm gonna try. Again, changing my alarm in my bedroom,
Hmm.
or maybe I've done all those things, but let me try that tart cherry juice at night. Okay, look for at the grocery. There's some. Now, what I invite you to is because we can again be overwhelmed trying to implement new things all at the same time. And then how do we know which one is working? If or right away I cut caffeine at noon and I started to do some strength training at the same time, and at the same time this and this and that, how do I know which one is making a difference? So you can simply track, and it doesn't have to be fancy on a spreadsheet or on a special app. If that is an easy way for you, go for it. There's plenty app you can use to track different habits you want to just track. The first step is tracking, what am I actually already doing? So to know your baseline before implementing anything. And
Hmm.
this is great exercise, right? To see, oh, then without going into I need a solution, or I need to fix something, or being judgmental about ourselves. I just want to know the facts right now. What am I actually doing? what's my protein intake in my day? What's my sleep pattern? Like, am I always going to bed at 9 and waking up naturally at 6, or is it all over the place? Just that in itself, the body loves routine. So, and if you may have had your 8 hours sleep, but it was changed because you had, I don't know, friends over, which is great. And then, oh, I didn't go to bed at 9 like I usually do. I went to bed at 11. Just that in itself can disturb your sleep and your energy the next day. But so tracking something, tracking something. I like myself to have just a plain calendar, paper calendar,
Mm-hmm.
that, and then with color code, let's say caffeine, and I'm just gonna, oh, this is, and then you look, week by week, oh, I actually drink a lot more coffee than I thought. Oh, I'm not so bad on alcohol than I thought. Sometimes we're too mean on ourselves. So don't be the judge. Just track it and then see, well, what is one thing that I'm gonna try as of next week, that I'm gonna add or tweak or change or adjust.
I like that. I like that ability on that.
I like that a
Ladies,
lot too, because I've been doing a lot of
yeah,
tracking on just like financial health and all that. And some of the things is just omitting things. Like, instead of adding,
yep,
it's like, oh, I can stop doing
right.
this. So I'm totally about the tracking right now. Totally. So fits in with me perfectly.
Good. And in the end, we are the expert of ourselves. Nobody knows more than ourselves in the details. What do we do? How do we do it? So it's simple. All right, let me just track. And then, by the end of the week, okay, that's just what it is. No judgment. And
Yeah.
then let me just tweak one thing. Instead
Yeah.
of, I thought I was not drinking wine often, but look at that. I had friends there, and then we celebrated that, and this. So I actually had often that glass of wine. Okay, you know what? How can I'm not gonna cut everything, but then how can I just tweak it down?
Mm-hmm.
So have
I like
some
that.
self-compassion.
Mm. So
Yes.
important. The
Yes,
compassion part is important. Yeah.
yes,
Yes. Yeah,
Because
that's
that's
all.
what creates the sustainability.
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Eh, Here's an extra tips. Some you may do it, but at night, I'll take myself as an example. I'm very demanding on myself. Like so at night, I like to remind myself, instead of looking, I haven't done this or that or da da da. Like, okay, what went well today? So just that, those little, I'm gonna, 3 things I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
It's so simple and yet it's so powerful.
Mhm.
Simple that, oh yeah, fine. No, I'm actually going to take the time. It helps also to calm yourself down, just create that relaxing state to go to sleep. So hey, yeah, what are 3 things I'm grateful for today? And then what are the things that went well today, or that I did accomplish, instead of I wanted to do this and this and that, but what I did accomplish. I didn't sit my whole day doing nothing, and well, I got that 20-minute walk today, and it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I felt great doing that 20-minute walk. I got that sunshine, great. So focus on what went well, what was positive. Doesn't have to be big, it has to be meaningful. And yeah, the success is in the habit as well. Right.
Yep.
So if you want tricks to implement change habit, the bestseller book, Atomic Habits by
Yes.
Mm.
James Clear, is a great tool.
Yep.
I've
It
never seen
is.
a book with so much tools. So try one. This one doesn't work. Try another one.
Yep.
Great.
That is a great book. Ladies, any other questions for Miss Hélène?
What may I ask you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
what is the one thing that small daily habit you will explore doing as of now?
For me, it's the alarm clock.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's making sure that I've got my 3 things for water.
Yeah, which are?
For me?
Yeah, what are those 3 things?
Well, I've only got. I have to rewatch this because
The
I
test.
put my deficiencies, but I didn't put those 3 down. I know one of them's potassium,
Yeah.
Sodium, potassium,
sodium,
magnesium.
Awesome.
sodium, potassium. What's the other one?
Magnesium.
Magnesium.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Excellent. I'm testing you.
I didn't want to keep asking the same question over. Thanks for helping me out.
And for you,
Uh,
Tracy, the other Tracy.
Coffee. I gotta cut down on my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. I tell myself all the time, oh, coffee doesn't bother me. I don't, that doesn't bother my sleep at all. I can drink coffee at 10 o'clock at night. I'm fine. But yeah, no, not so much, really. I have to, but like you said, it's doing it with grace. So what I have to do is I have to say, okay, no more coffee after dinner time.
Mhm.
Right? Like start off with something that's doable, not go, okay, well, I'm not gonna have coffee, from 12 o'clock noon on, because like there's just not a
Yeah.
chance. Not a
Yeah.
chance I can do that right off the get-go. So it's to, again, and I think it's so important to create the success for yourself by
Yeah.
implementing something small that you can then track and go, oh, you know what? I haven't had coffee this whole week since my after dinner. I don't do it anymore. And then that becomes your new identity. And then you can say, okay, well, I'm going to move that up to 3 o'clock. Last coffee at 3.
Yes.
But today I'm still drinking coffee and it's 3.
Yes, excellent.
Well, it's not even 3 yet.
Yeah.
See, I'm still good then. Finish this quickly.
Yeah, right. The goal is to not beat ourselves up. Oh my God,
Yeah.
we have to be
Yeah.
perfect. No, it's just, and again, to take coffee as an example, some people can just have that espresso at night and just sleep like a rock. So there's exceptions in a sense, but
Yes. Yes.
more,
Mhm.
well, let me explore. Does that actually impact?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, it does
Yeah.
impact sleep. So let me explore how much does that impact.
Yeah.
You're so spot on, Tracy, to make the transition, the change, like in small bites. So it's not about cutting coffee at noon because, oh my God, just, hey, not after dinner. And
Yeah.
what can I replace it? What can nice
Right.
warm herbal tea I could just switch
Yes. Yeah.
because of the habit will be there to go make
Right.
coffee. So, oh, what do? I just sit there and do nothing.
Right.
So often having a transition habit
Yes.
to
Yep.
just having, let me, and make it, spoil yourself. Oh, this is my, I don't know. I found some super tasteful herbal tea that I'm actually excited to drink. But you have to find those, not like a bland chamomile. For me,
Yes.
not a fan. Like,
Yeah.
this is not exciting. I want my coffee, right? So, okay, can I find something still exciting to look forward to? Exchange.
Right. Make sure you check back for the continuation of this discussion. Please share these episodes with anybody you wish that you think will get benefit from this. We will have Helen's contact information. So if you'd like to go out on her website and ask her questions or talk to her or anything, so we will have that out there for you, or you can follow her on Instagram. And make sure that you like this episode and hit subscribe for to follow us and notifications so you know when our next episode is coming out. Until next time.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.